everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Hey, the boot nurse is about to drop knowledge about this Kaplan review, because obviously that's why everybody is here, because you clicked the thumbnail. So that I appreciate. So I first heard about Kaplan from one of my mentors that I work with. He's an ICU nurse, and he asked me, hey, what are you using to study? And I told him that I'm using this other review, actually these other two reviews, and then he asked me if I ever thought about Kaplan. And I was like, what is Kaplan? He showed me briefly what Kaplan was. He told me that he used it when he was in nursing school and it helped him pass his Nclex. So I was like, let me see what this Kaplan review is all about. Y'all want to know if Kaplan is worth your money? Well, let's find out. So the website that you want to go to is up here in the address bar, which is captest.com/Nclex. And on this website, it'll show you essentially everything that you need to know, and it has it broken up in categories. You have your Nclex RN prep, your Nclex RN courses, as well as your Nclex RN practice questions. And so as you scroll down, you can see like, hey, why choose Kaplan? Well, they have really good questions. I can tell you that. Like, actually, these questions, in my opinion, were a lot harder than the Nclex was. And the biggest thing I think that sold me was it's a money back guarantee if you don't pass your first time. As a matter of fact, I had a conversation with a woman that was on this website, and she said that if you don't pass, they turn around and they'll give you another 6 months of the subscription for free. So that's their guarantee to you that, hey, if you don't pass, they'll give it back to you, or they'll give you your money back, whichever your choice is. So you can scroll down here and you can see some of the instructors. Down here, learn from your mistakes. Now down here, it shows where you have your courses and your practice. So let's click on courses. And of course, you notice right here on the left-hand side where it says, hey, take a free practice quiz. The quizzes aren't too bad. The questions on the practice quizzes are actually pretty good. They actually mirror the ones that are actually inside the packages once you purchase them. So down here, you'll start to see that, hey, it starts off around $300, right? And then it talks about, the clinical reasoning, the realistic practice questions, the computer adaptive test, which of course that's what the Nclex is. And what it tells you is everything that comes within the package that you buy, if you buy the full package, because they do have different packages. So you have a full Nclex review. You can either have it self-paced, you can either have it live, or you can actually have it live in person with someone. But due to COVID, can't really do that, or it's actually limited space. You get 2,100 test questions. You get 3 computer adaptive tests. You have the Nclex channel and on-demand videos, and like this one right here, I can tell you right now, that right there is worth all the money that you would pay for this. And then of course you have you have study plan. You can do it on your app. It has 300 videos, like content videos. So for those individuals that have a content gap and can't really remember specific things that you learned in school, Kaplan definitely is able to pick up that gap to show you, hey, this is what the content is, and this is the type of question with that content that you'll be able to understand when you take the Nclex. And then you also get a content review guide and a 500-page ebook. And the 500-page ebook comes with the course that you purchase. And of course, it talks about the decision tree. That is what Kaplan is known for, is their decision tree, how to identify the questions, eliminate answers, and how to pick the correct answer. And it talks about, you can stream your schedule. It has it broken down for you to understand. And like I said, hey, there goes your money back guarantee. If you don't pass, they have that posted everywhere. So up here on the right-hand side, it says choose your prep. Right here, you have 3 preps, right? So you have your self-paced, you have your live online, and you have your in-person. Like I said, the one with in-person is where you're actually in front of a teacher. But most individuals will do the live online portion because you can sit at home in the comfortability in your own chair, at home, in your pajamas if you want, and you get to talk to a professor or an instructor that will go through the review with you. And then the self-paced is that they have the entire review on demand. It's tweaked depending on whoever the instructor is. But here are your 3 tiers: your self-paced, your live online, and your in-person. Like I said, I personally did the live online just like a lot of other people did. But if you're not that type of person that can keep up with a schedule, the self-paced one is the one for you. Notice the prices: $399 for the self-paced, $499 for the online, and for the in-person. Now, to let you guys in on a little something is that when you join their live videos, the free videos that they have, as well as doing the practice quizzes and stuff like that that's offered free on the website, a lot of times they'll be able to email you a discount code. So for example, when I did the live online, I was able to get 20% off. So I paid $3.99 for the live review instead of paying $4.99. You purchased it, great. So what would you look for when you purchase it? Let's go ahead, we'll log in. So when you come to this page, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna put your email and your password in. Once you get to this section, you wanna go ahead and hit Access Resources under your Nclex RN Prep Live Online portion, or whichever one that you purchased. Notice that I have 6 days left because obviously I just recently passed mine. So the great thing about this is that Kaplan has their study plan in sequential order. So the first thing we want to do is we want to go to welcome, and notice how I have welcome and it says, hey, watch me first, watch me second, so on and so forth. And some videos, 3 minutes, 42 minutes, so on and so forth. And notice that I have the green check marks next to them. And then of course down here, you have your study guide, which is a PDF, which is great because it's able to walk you through everything that you need to know. So now that we finished with the welcome tab, let's go ahead and go to phase 1. In phase 1, we'll click on orientation. And of course, like I said, there's more videos for that. And it also has a poster. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at your computer adaptive test. So of course, there are little things that you have to do before you go to your actual computer adaptive test. And this is exactly like how it would be on your Nclex. Next tab is your diagnostic exam, and it's 3 hours and 30 minutes that you have to answer 180 questions, which is great because it helps you get into that Nclex mode, sitting still, understanding the question, understanding the content, and preparing you to take your test. Under essential nursing content, it talks about your ebook and it talks about your live channel and your video library. The greatest thing about this is this makes up a good portion of your study plan because it's actually the content that you feel that you may lack when you're taking your Nclex. You can actually access the live channel up here at the top where it says channel next to your study plan. So we'll go ahead and we'll go there. All right, so this is the Nclex channel, and notice that it actually has a schedule and it actually has the professors or instructors that are going to be teaching that specific content. And the great thing about it is that everything that they teach you is going to also be in the recorded section. So for example, if I wanted to look at doses calculations, which is going to be taught by Meredith, I can go ahead and look into the recorded section because I know that this is under pharmacology, and I'll scroll down to wherever pharmacology would be. And down here, it has that same subject, but it's being taught by a different instructor, which is fine, but it's still the same content. So you can click watch and you can watch it if you miss the live review. Down here at the bottom, you'll see where it says content library. So down here in content library, this has 322 content videos that range anywhere from 1 minute to 33 minutes. As you can see, I have a lot of the green check marks next to the content. They go in alphabetical order all the way down. You'll be able to see all the content that they have to offer. Some of the things that you wouldn't even think about, which is great, but you're able to go down, look at them. They take anywhere, like I said, from a minute to 33 minutes. So if you're sitting, traveling on a bus, on a subway, on a plane, Uber, whatever you're doing, you can pop this open in the app and you're able to see this as well. All right, Kaplan also gives you Q trainers, or question trainers as they call them, to help you prepare to take your test. They have certain amount of times that you have to complete them. Notice that I have all the green check marks next to mine and I completed them, and they're able to help you show where you're lacking at when it comes to the 8 categories that the Board of Nursing actually wants you to understand when you're taking your test. All right, under phase 2, where it says in classroom, this is your actual Nclex review. So under phase 2, it talks about orientation. And of course, you do another CAT exam in phase 2. Sessions 1 through 7 include your entire Nclex review. And it goes over how to use the decision tree. And it goes over all 8 categories that the Nclex tests, as well as they give you practice questions while you're taking the Nclex review. Something to be mindful about that in section 7, you actually get a Nclex review practice test. The great thing about this test is that it's 60 questions, and it's based off of the old rule where we had 75 questions and 15 of those questions were research questions. But due to COVID, we only get a minimum of 60 questions and a maximum of 130 questions. So the great thing about this NCLEX review is that it's only 60 questions. So when you take this test, you'll get a great understanding of what the NCLEX is going to look like. So something to be mindful about is that you must complete sessions 1 through 7 before you do the roadmap to success. The thing about the roadmap to success is that there is an actual video, either recorded or live, that you have to watch in order for you to go on to phase 3. So in phase 3, Kaplan has over 2,000 practice questions to help you understand your critical thinking. This is the meat and potatoes of the NCLEX review, because this is where you're able to get your practice, you're able to remediate, and you're able to get a better understanding. Great thing about Kaplan is that they really emphasize on is there's a specific time that you have to take your exam. So let's say, for example, you have an hour to take your exam. Kaplan says for that hour that you test, you remediate times 3. So for an hour that you take your test, you remediate for 3 hours, which I think is great. And in my opinion, helped me a lot when it came to understanding the questions when I took the test. In phase 3, Kaplan has Q trainers 4 through 7. Notice how I didn't do 6 or 7 because I ran out of time, but I was still able to be successful. Also in phase 3, Kaplan has your computer adaptive test, which would be your third one. Like many other reviews out there, Kaplan allows for you to create a 75 question Q bank test, which pulls from the 8 categories within the NCLEX. And within this section, you can see where you can create your Q bank test, or you can review your Q bank test. I won't go through that. It's pretty self-explanatory once you guys get in there. Also in phase 3, you have your NCLEX sample tests. So sample tests 1 and 2 are just basic tests. They're 50 questions long. You get an hour to do them. Now, where you see who do you see first questions, that's the 35-minute test. That is your priority questions, which we know makes up 17 to 20% of the NCLEX test plan. Down there at the bottom, you'll see the alternate format test 4. Those are your SATA questions, your select all to apply, the ones that we all love. Insert sarcasm. Lastly is your readiness test in phase 3. It's a 180 question test. You get 3 hours to take it, and this test you take 2 weeks before you take your actual NCLEX. The great thing about it is when you take it, you're able to see where you are not hitting specific goals, and you're able to improve upon them within 2 weeks of taking your exam. All right, guys, I'm going to show you how to find the Kaplan app on your phone. I have an Android, so I go on to the Google Play Store and I can find it. But if you have an Apple device, you can go onto iTunes and you can find that as well. So up here to the top left, I have my stuff categorized with nursing. And then you notice the Kaplan icon. So everything that you see inside of the app is everything that you can do on the computer as well. So right here to the left, you see study plan. And everything that's on the study plan is everything that's on the computer as well. So phase 1. Now here's the study plan, broken into phases 1, 2, and 3. It also has the essential nursing content. Notice at the bottom it says check out the channel and the content library. So like I said, everything that you can access on the computer, you can access on your phone. Remember, you have the Nclex channel as well. On the Nclex channel, it has live reviews as well as the recorder reviews that you can watch on the go. And that is the Kaplan app on your phone. So, is Kaplan worth your money?
Shut up and take my money!
So the great thing about Kaplan is that all of their questions are NCLEX style questions, and that is exactly what you need in order for you to pass that exam. What I didn't know about Kaplan is that they actually offer it to schools. My school didn't offer that when I went in 2017, 2018, and as a person that used Kaplan, I will swear by Kaplan that, hey, the process works. So if you follow the process, you will be successful. Remember, nursing is an investment, so what you put into it, you'll get back. So invest in yourself. Invest in a good NCLEX prep, you will be successful. So my question to you is, are you using Kaplan? What review are you using? Is it helping? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Thank you all for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I really hope this video helps. And if you know someone who is struggling or who doesn't understand any type of material, shoot this video to them. You never know what could help. And as I always say, we never hoard knowledge around here. Subscribe and hit that notification bell to know when I drop knowledge. Follow me on Instagram, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.